Your Alumni Association is a vibrant and active global network offering events, services, opportunities that are designed to help you make connections with other alumni across the world and to support your career development. We will be there for you every step of the way as you embark on the next chapter, and you'll shortly receive an email giving you further details of the ways in which you can remain connected and involved. Do please follow our alumni social media channels on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, and check out the Alumni Association website to keep in touch and learn more about life as a York graduate. As you get your first job or take up further study or training, please remember to keep us in touch with what you're doing. Understanding the career paths that you take will help us to provide the right support for current students and make sure we continue to offer graduates like you relevant information and opportunities. Finally, please remember to join us for a celebratory reception following the ceremony in the Exhibition Centre, where you'll be able to celebrate your achievement with a complimentary glass of fizz and a selection of refreshments. And can I now please ask you to mute your mobile phones, and if you're comfortably able, would you all please now stand?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this graduation congregation here at the University of York. Please do be seated. And that's a very warm welcome to everybody who's come today, to our distinguished graduates, to friends and family who have joined us here in Central Hall, but also to those who are observing the ceremony remotely. It's a fantastic celebration. That's what this is actually about. But first of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Malcolm Grant. I'm the Chancellor of the University of York, which is a sort of honorary, ceremonial, ornamental function. The real job is done by my distinguished academic colleagues. But for me, it's a fabulous opportunity to help you and them to celebrate the achievements of this, our graduating class. Nobody ever said to me that they wished that the Chancellor's address had gone on for longer. And you will agree with that in an hour's time. But what I really wanted to do in the time that we've got available to us is just three things. The first is to talk about the nature of this ceremony. Here you all are, the epitome of 21st century breeding and culture and intelligence, and we put you into drab medieval robes and strange hats to cover up the fine garb that you have underneath. For me, by the way, it's exactly the opposite. But the ceremony represents a moment, a rite of passage, and you will see exactly the ceremony reproduced across the globe. Every nation that I can think of has something like this. Indeed, just last week, my 3-year-old granddaughter graduated from preschool, and they were put into robes, not quite as colourful as this, but because we understand that it's a special ceremony and it has a solemnity and a formality, which is that those of you who come across the stage shortly as graduands, by the time you reach that corner, are graduates of the university. I just have to say on behalf of all my colleagues how fantastic it is that you've come. There was a time in the history of universities when attending a ceremony like this was regarded as something of not very high priority. But I know just how much this matters to you and how much it matters to families. But it's not just a formality. It's also a ceremony of celebration. And I want you, please, everybody, to enjoy this afternoon as a ceremony that I hope you will remember. It's an opportunity to express from all of us our thanks and our gratitude to you, the ceremony. The second thing that I wanted to touch upon were the two disciplines that are represented here today of philosophy and economics. It's very interesting. As I spoke earlier today to biologists, I told them that they were the foundational discipline upon which everything else rested. I then said exactly the same thing to the physicists and also to the chemists. And now it's your turn. But it's interesting, isn't it, that the discipline of economics historically grew out of the discipline of philosophy. Adam Smith started life as a moral philosopher. The Wealth of Nations was widely seen as a work of philosophy, but it was also one of the founding tracts of economics. And it's fascinating to me that so much of economics requires a philosophical framework, and indeed much of philosophy takes place within an economic framework. Just think, for example, about how different nations have coped with the pandemic, how we've had a balance between the choices which are to protect the health and the lives of the population on the one hand, and how on the other hand to protect the economy and the future wealth of the nation. Many nations have taken quite different approaches to that, and even still in China and in Hong Kong, as part of China, we see an attempt to try to drive out the virus, whilst in other cases, such as this country, with laissez-faire, laissez-passer, as Adam Smith would have said, we've tried to strike a different balance of allowing the economy to revive whilst taking a risk about the incidence of the pandemic. It's particularly important today that we are about to confer, as well as the degrees on you, an honorary degree. Professor Dame Carol Proper, who's sitting here with me on the platform, is a very distinguished health economist, particular interest in the way in which the economics of health delivery within the National Health Service operate. And these create puzzles for us all. How do we best provide a service in the National Health Service that's free at the point of delivery and free at the point of clinical need, whilst at the same time containing it with a financial envelope that is the maximum that taxpayers, as represented by politicians, are willing to commit of the national economy. So I give these as examples of the close interaction between philosophy and economics, but also to suggest that the ideas that have been inculcated in you and the intellectual development that you've experienced during your time at the university will be of huge importance in the future. And I'm conscious that your intellectual disciplines have gone far beyond health, but also within health lies the beauty of the nation and the future of the nation. So the third issue of interest today, I think, is about you in particular. Nobody could have imagined that the impact of the pandemic could have been so serious across every aspect of human activity on the globe, but particularly within a university where so much of what we do is not one-way, unidirectional instruction, which can be absorbed alone in a study, but is a consequence of interaction between human beings, of two-way correspondence between academic staff and you as graduates. And for that to have been disrupted could have been a major tragedy. And in many countries and in many universities across the world, it has been that major tragedy. But I'm confident that your resilience and the consequence of being able to be supported at this university is something which has borne courage and allowed you to come through. But everybody here knows just what a trial it's been and the difficulty that has caused for you. So on behalf of the whole university, I offer you our thanks and our congratulations. And now, let's get the show on the road. I declare this congregation open for the conferment of awards. Thank you all.
Dr. Michael Thornton will present graduands on behalf of the Department of Economics and Related Studies.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present the following candidates. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Economics, for research in explaining child health outcomes in Nigeria, Atsia Amos. For research in role of incentives on NHS doctors' labour supply, Luis Fernandez. For research in essays on growth and innovation, Jamila Junasova. For research in intergenerational effects of early life conditions, Maha Khan. For the degree of Master of Science in Economics and Finance, Kavaya Reddy Almeida. Nani Dixit. Lei Gao. Paula Sanchez Ortiz. For the degree of Master of Science in Economics and Public Policy, Amy Gibbons. For the degree of Master of Science in Project Analysis, Finance and Investment, Cici Hu. Ekamini Jones. Alexander Streeter. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Economics, Ashraf Ahmed. Fahed Al-Hitti. Inan Ali. Kayan Ali. William Allen Smith. Frederick Aldridge. Nathan Ashman. Lauren Atkinson. Shinmao Bai. Harry Bartlett. Nell Bourne. Henry Bailey. William Bennett. Freddie Bergdahl. Alexander Bickley. Daniel Burge. Catherine Butler. Avanish Kaur Chima. Qinglu Chen. Joel Schweiden. Stefan Kodrin Chikoyu. Grace Clark. Caitlin Clifford. Jessica Condron. Megan Constantini. Samuel Constantini. Ben Crompton. Katie Cryan. Caitlin Curtis. Jacob Dalton Dodswell. Maima Dassan. Elizabeth Deacon. Harry Dodgson. Alicia Evans. Rupert Fellows. Evie Galloway. Kieran Gay. Ambreen Gill. Layla Goodchild. Ben Gregory. Jayan Gunasekara. Catherine Hamilton. Remy Hampson. Zoe Herbert. Faye Hickey Martin. Byron Homer. Daniel Hughes. Thomas Ives. James Jackson. Nicholas Janey. William Jeffrey. Kayla Johnson Campbell. Elliot Johnston. Hannah Jones. Liberty Jones. Alex Joseph. John Joseph. Robin Keir. Henry King. Maria Connis. Marina Kotza. Kuba Kucharski. Nicole Lambert. Oscar Le Sileur. Jack Lee Jones. Martushan Manasaharan. Hardeep Manu. Helena Marshall. Edward Marwood. Lorna Matthew. Oscar McGing. Bethany McIntyre. Armita Mericki. Alice Metzger. Martina Mogra. Esme Mulhoik. Daniel Morris. Henry Nice. Annabelle Orji. Pranav Patel. Matthew Pease. Jonathan Pirry. Rashid Ramani. Adam Ralph. Jonathan Rawnsley. Jacob Reed. James Richardson. Elliot Sanders. David Sarney. Benjamin Silly. Owen Sears. Arisen Goinsanami Sanavisen. Julia Seleka. Matthew Stevens. Nathan Stewart. Jack Sugden. Ritka Sujay.
Student ensemble Eonomy will perform Don't Stop Believing by Journey and arranged by Owen Butcher.
Da 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 da. Da 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 da.
Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took a midnight train going anywhere. Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. Took a midnight train going anywhere. Da 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 da. searching the night. Streetlight, people living just to find emotion, hiding somewhere in the
Working hard to get my fill. Everybody wants a thrill. Paying anything to roll the dice.
just one more time.
Some will win, some will lose.
Some are born to sing the blues.
No, the movie never ends. It goes
On and on and on and on. Strangers waiting. Up and down the boulevard, their shadows searching the night. Streetlight, people living just to find emotion, hiding somewhere in the night. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Streetlight people. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Streetlight people. Don't stop.
For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Economics, Emmanuel Tekle. Benedict Thornham. Benjamin Thornton. Elliot Townsend. Sophie Tunstall. Marisa Turner. Thomas Vardy. Leo Waddington. Josephine Wayne. Joshua Waitley. Harry Willis. Hazel Yesuthasan. Amelia Zeffert. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Economics with Placement Year, Liam Bailey. Dasha Thomas. for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Economics and Econometrics, Sharon Dana Burres. Jack Calvi. Andrew Doherty. Benjamin Eaton. Oscar Jeanroy. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Economics and Finance, Hannah Alderman. Joshua Bennett. Leo Petru. Hannes Christina Binti Ishmael. Jack Blenkinsop. Oscar Bauer. John Carbow. Yayun Chen. Yu Hao Cheng. Alvin Chung. Veronica Chishinska. Rico Dardra. Henry Duncan. Miles Hart. William Harvey. Oliver Heath. Elian Jalil. Andre Geneviesen. Kevin Kalonta. Patrick Lawrence. Jae Yin Lee. Francis Lonergan. Mingshu Lu. George Mackay. William Ogilvie. Isaac Alowu. James Partecker. Glenn Pierce. Gurpreet Rehan. Maisie Rogers. Ramsey Shalal. James Smith. Solomon Unwin. Hadrian Valanthan. Kian Zheng. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Economics and Finance with placement year, Morgan Skillen.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present the following candidates. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in English and Philosophy, Henry Gibb. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in History and Philosophy, Henry Steinsberg. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Philosophy, for research in chronic fatigue syndrome, a philosophical investigation, Eleanor Alexandra Byrne. For research in a defence of cognitive literary value, Celia Coll. For research in trauma, alienation and intersubjectivity, Anna Wilder. For the degree of Master of Arts in Philosophy, Tristan Felton. Ahanta Palmero Rundle. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy, Poppy Allen. Isabel Archer. Catherine Armstrong. Leah Baker. Jonathan Barnes. Catherine Bliss. Millie Callow-Cookson. Philippa Carroll. Georgina Collins. William Coots. Oliver Cross. William Edwards. Dylan Elliott. Jake Foot, apologies. Thomas Fuller. Charlie Graves. Natasha Grimwade. Iman Haider Shah. Emily Rose Heffernan. Frankie Hollins. Joseph Horspool. Jack Lyons. Victoria Lyon. Greta Malek. Caroline Manakis. Daniel Mooney. Edward Mulholland. And Genevieve Minot.
Professor Luigi Siciliani will present Honorary Graduate Professor Dame Carol Proper.
Chancellor, it is a great honor and a privilege to introduce our honorary graduate, Dame Carol Proper. Professor Carol Proper is a prominent figure in the field of health economics worldwide, with substantial contributions to research and policy in the health sector. She spent most of her professional life using economics thinking and methods to generate insights that can be used by policymakers to improve the functioning of the health sector. She has inspired generations of health economists in identifying important research questions, using rigorous methods to address this, and communicating the research findings in an effective and accessible way. Research by Professor Carol Proper relates to the impact of incentives on the quality of healthcare delivery and productivity. She has made fundamental contributions that improve our understanding of the role of competitive forces within the health sector on the quality of care. She first showed that competitive forces can reduce hospital quality and increase heart attack mortality if provider reimbursement is not regulated. She then showed that the competitive forces can instead improve hospital quality if reimbursement is regulated, and also showed the mechanisms through which these improvements arise, such as the quality of the management. She has investigated how patients make choices on where they receive care, and whether policies that aim at stimulating patient choice are effective and generate health benefits as a result. She has also investigated how wages of nurses affect staff retention and showed that it affects quality of care. Professor Proper research has improved our understanding of the determinants of how long patients have to wait, which is a major source of patient dissatisfaction and a prominent topic in political debates. She has evaluated the effectiveness of policies that are based on maximum waiting time targets, estimated the disutility that patients experience while waiting, and investigated how waiting affects the choice of purchasing private health insurance. These insights are invaluable more than ever, given the disruptions of health services following the COVID-19 pandemic and the rapid increase in the waiting list, with more than 6 million currently waiting for elective treatments. She has contributed to our understanding of performance pay in the health sector and the usefulness of performance indicators in the health and education sector. Recently, she has investigated the unequal effect of disruptions to health services due to COVID-19 pandemic for individuals who have a more disadvantaged background. Professor Proper's research achievements have been widely recognized in the academic community. She was awarded in 2010 the International Health Economics Association Era Award for the best paper in health economics for the study Can Pay Regulation Kill? In 2017, she received this award again for the study Free to Choose, Reform, Choice and Consideration Sets in the English National Health Service. In 2016, she was awarded the American Economic Association Prize. She has been of great service to the academic community for undertaking a wide range of public service activities, including being chair of the SRC Research Grants Board from 2005 to 2009, a member of the SRC Council in the same years, and also a member of the Royal Economic Society Council from 2000 to 2005. She was elected as a Fellow of the British Academy in 2014 and an International Fellow of the National Academy of Medicine in 2018. She was Associate Dean for Faculty and Research at Imperial Business School from 2016 to 2019, co-director and director of the Center for Market and Public Organization at the University of Bristol between 1998 and 2009, and co-director at the Center for the Analysis of Social Exclusion at the London School of Economics between 1997 and 2007. She is currently president of the Royal Economic Society, and she has championed the need for greater diversity among the economics community. From 2016, she has been deputy editor of Vox EU, an organization which promotes research-based policy analysis and commentary by leading economists. Professor Proper achievements go beyond academia. She is currently a member of the President Macron of France Expert Commission on Major Economic Challenges. She was awarded a CBE for her services to social science in 2010 and became a Dame in the New Year's Honors List 2021. Professor Proper is a graduate at the University of York and gained her DPhil in economics in 1988, following a BSc in economics and economic history at the University of Bristol and MSc in social research and social policy at Oxford University. She has held positions in Bristol, LSE, York, Oxford, and Imperial College London, where she is currently based. Chancellor, the current pandemic has exposed the fundamental role of health and the health sector and its impact on our society. In this new world, the significance of the work by Dame Professor Carol Proper cannot be overstated, and it is therefore with great pleasure that I present to you Dame Carol Proper for the degree of Doctor of the University, Honoris Causa.
I'd first like to say thank you very much, first of all, to Luigi for such kind words, and to the York and the Chancellor for this great honour. But really, this is not my day. This is your day. This is the beginning of your career. And it's wonderful to see everybody together to celebrate your successes and achievements. I'm an academic too, so I've been in universities where we couldn't come together, where we couldn't teach together, where we couldn't learn together, and where we've got through the difficulties of the pandemic. And you have yourselves lived through a pandemic and studied through a pandemic to complete your degrees, which is a fantastic achievement. You go from here, undoubtedly, into an uncertain world. We're in the middle of a major war. We have rising inflation in many countries. We have a cost of living crisis, not just in Europe and rich countries, but in many, many poor countries who are much more hard hit by this. And we also have almost the existential threat of climate change. It's not it's not an easy world to enter, but entering such a world gives you two things that your York education has given you that makes you special and makes you able to think about this world. The first is skills. Obviously, education and a university degree is about skills. You have skills learnt in your courses. You have skills in navigating new ways of learning and new ways of interacting meaningfully with colleagues and friends. You also have skills in coping mentally in a global pandemic, and mental resilience is so important to life. But the other thing you have, I think, and that York has given you, is courage. You have shown courage in pursuing your studies at a difficult time. You have shown courage, many of you, to come to a different country to do that. And you can use that courage to pursue your dreams and your aspirations. Most people's dreams will not be to be a dry academic, like many of us here, but many of you will have exciting dreams and aspirations that you want to fulfill and you should fulfill. York and your hard work and persistence have given you that legacy, the legacy of skill and the legacy of courage. And with courage, we can tackle issues like climate change. With courage, we can think about how to deal with the cost of living crisis. And you'll be able to use that courage to tackle the key issues that you see going forward in your time. Your skills and your courage will make this world a better place. So really, all I want to do is to wish you all well and to wish you bon voyage.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present the following candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy. Callie Nichols. Rebecca Palmer. Sarah Paskin. Henry Patrick. Heather Perfect. Georgina Pollard. Sarah Quinn. Jack Sedgley. Patrick Slaughter. Mihaela Sotorova. Fergus Stainton. Elliot Steer. Lauren Chu. Lucy Waddle. Jessica Walker. Eleanor Walmsley. Joe Wells. Luke Widowson. Hannah Wilcock. Ryan Winterbottom. Kian Whiteham. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy with a year abroad, April Nicole Carranzo. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy and Sociology, Molly Baxter. Hannah Green. Cherie Hargreaves. Savannah Lloyd. Anna Thompson. Sarah Veal. And Miles Woodruff.
It is my enormous pleasure to introduce Caroline Manickett, our student orator who will speak on behalf of the class of 2022. Our student orators have been invited to speak in recognition of their hard work on behalf of the student community and commitment to their studies. Our speakers have both pursued the most enriching experience they could during their time at York, as well as giving back to their community. On behalf of the class of 2022, I give you Caroline Manickett.
Senior boards, faculty members, distinguished guests, proud parents, friends, and above all, fellow graduates. I would like to say thank you for making this day possible so we can celebrate our achievements together, especially in a pandemic, especially in person despite a global pandemic. I am certain that every single one of us here wouldn't have gotten here today without the special people who supported us from the very beginning. I want to extend a particular thank you to the university's determined academic staff. You have dedicated most of your life studying your field, becoming an expert, solving the world's biggest problems, and then imparting your knowledge onto us as the next generation of critical thinkers. I hope you will all find a way to express your gratitude for their contribution towards our educational journey. I know my relationship with my own supervisors was extremely invaluable. Now, I have been asked to give a couple of words on my own university experience. My name is Caroline, and for the next few minutes, I'm going to be sharing my story with you. If you had asked the 16-year-old me where I would see myself in 5 years' time, I simply wouldn't know how to answer that question. Back then, all I knew was that I had to dream big. I was lucky enough to have parents who pushed me to become the best version of myself every single day, and according to them, there's no such thing as dreaming too big. So I dreamt to life to escape my own circumstance, and university was the way I was going to achieve this. 16-year-old Caroline just wanted to quit her part-time job cleaning tables and instead relish the opportunity to study a subject she was passionate about, to put away my mop and bucket and instead pick up textbooks in the beautiful library. When I first walked onto this campus 3 years ago, it was the most daunting thing I had ever experienced. I didn't think I'd looked like a stereotypical Russell Group University student. I couldn't see myself fitting in, and I really wondered if this was the right place for me. From that moment on, it was clear that I was and would continue to suffer from immense imposter syndrome. I mean, at no point did I think that we'd be studying in a pandemic where people would utter the line, "My mic isn't working," or "You need to unmute." But I remember thinking to myself, surely I'm not the only one who felt like this. Surely other people from similar backgrounds to me had realized that the educational playing field wasn't quite equal. So I took a leap of faith and anonymously started a student society at the end of my first year called the 93% Club York. I had no experience or any idea in leading a society at all. But what pushed me through the challenge and the doubtful voice at the back of my head was that I'd hope it would support students from low socioeconomic backgrounds to connect with each other in a safe space. Within the year, the 93% Club became a national charity that currently operates at over 45 UK universities, works with countless organisations, and helped to upskill thousands of members. Fast forward to today, I'm now trying to influence government policy by working at the Department of Education. The point of this story is that university can be a challenging experience, both academically and personally, but we have all made it through, one way or the other. As a 16-year-old applying to university, I was clueless on where life would take me. But 5 years later on, I have found my calling, which is to improve social mobility in the UK in the legal and political landscape. And I'm not saying that everyone is going to become a founder of a society, get appointed to a charity, or work for the government, because that's not what everybody's interested in. But If you suffer from imposter syndrome at any point in your career ahead, please know that you're not alone. Now, my closest friends will tell you that I would only offer sincere advice if you ask for it. And I'll give you the truth even when it may be difficult to hear. But what I have learned is this. Imposter syndrome is merely paradoxical. It is the biggest opportunity from leaning into the unconventional path that is destined for you. If you see an opportunity, be brave enough to take the risk of going for it. Don't compare your achievements to others and allow this to impact you from pursuing your own dreams. All of your achievements are valid and deserve to be celebrated. I hope you would follow this philosophy in the next chapter of your career, as the value became truly above the price of diamonds for me. Class of 2022, congratulations, we did it. During this record-breaking heat wave, we have now got 1 degree hotter. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Caroline. In a few moments, I'm going to close this congregation, but before I do, I need to offer, on your behalf, a few votes of thanks. In particular to Honorary, who performed for us today. Those voices singing up into the rafters is just a matter of such emotional beauty. To you, Caroline, 1 degree hotter. So I'm going to take my cue also from Caroline and from Dame Carol. The people who have made it possible for you to be here today, I think, deserve a special recognition. The academic staff, and I thought the way in which Caroline expressed that was particularly moving. It is the academic staff, many of whom have suffered personally through the pandemic, but stuck together and helped to take this university through one of the bleakest moments of its history. But also, the other group that has made it so possible for you to be here are friends, family, and supporters. And they're here. You're not on mute, you're allowed to thank them and applaud them. And finally, I think we all want to applaud the class of 2022. Our graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, I declare this congregation for the conferment of awards to be closed. Thank you all for attending today. Please be upstanding for the academic procession.
We are really excited about welcoming you to our graduation ceremonies. Due to COVID-19, things will be a little different. Instead of shaking hands with the Vice-Chancellor, you'll doff your cap. This means that when your name is called as you walk across the stage and meet the Vice-Chancellor, doff your cap. Don't take your cap off, just put your right hand to the edge of your cap and give a little nod to the Vice-Chancellor, and then continue walking across the stage. Congratulations on your achievement. If you have any questions about graduation, please visit york.ac.uk/graduation or email graduation@york.ac.uk. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen,